Good day, this is the last topic for chapter 2, and for this video presentation, we will discuss all about the strategies and productivity of the business. Let us first focus the discussion on strategy. Strategy is an action that managers take to accomplish one or more of the organization's goal. It is also defined as the overall direction set for the company and its various components to achieve the desired company position in the future. Ang strategy ay resulta ng strategic planning, meaning the organization prior to have a concrete strategies, they should have at the first place the strategic planning, and because of that strategic planning, doon nabubuo ang different strategies na i-implement ng company. So before we go deeply to the discussion of strategy, let us first define some of the important terminologies associated to the term strategy. Organization's mission and strategy play a very important role in organization's competitiveness and sustainability in the market. An organization's mission is mainly the reason for its existence. When we say mission, it is the written statement wherein it reflects the purpose of why organization is operating. Every time I heard about the term mission, I always remember the well-known tagline of Nescafe, which is para kanino ka bumabangon. So for us to keep in mind about mission, we should always put into consideration the questions why the organization is operating and what business are we into. Katulad nga ng sinabi ko sa tagline ng Nescafe, lagi ako nare-remind about mission. So every day, the organization should be reminded of their mission. Ito kasi yung nagbibigay ng direction sa company para ma-perform nila ng maayos yung operations nila. So another is strategy. It is the organization's plan or policy designed to achieve a major or overall aim or goals. Another strategies are very important to operations management ng isang organization because it will guide the firm as well in terms of taking actions or decisions while they are playing the role of the game in the competitive business arena. So one of the purpose of this presentation is for you to gain knowledge about different strategies na maaaring gawin at makatulong sa isang organization. So let's begin to discover kung ano-ano nga ba ang mga strategies na to. Let us discuss some of the generic competitive strategies of the firms. Kapag sinabi nating generic competitive strategies, it is common to almost all of the firms. These principles of generic competitive strategies is from the brilliant mind of Michael Porter. He is the founder of the modern strategy field and one of the most influential thinkers on management. These generic competitive strategies are the overall cost leadership, the differentiation, and focus. Overall cost leadership as one of the generic competitive strategies is the most commonly used in the late 1970s. It includes the vital reduction of cost in some areas, construction of efficient scale facilities, and cost control for overhead expenses in research and development and also in advertising. One might be tempted to agree with me na isa sa mga kilalang-kilala na ginagawa ng mga companies even dito sa Pilipinas, lalo na kung gusto ng mga company na i-maximize ang net profit nila ay ang mag-cost cutting. So halos lahat ng items or account na nasa expenses side ng income statement ay minomonitor at kinokontrol ng company. In that way, yung funds ng company na supposedly nagagamit sa expenses ay i-convert nila into other vital needs ng company. Next one is the differentiation. Differentiation as one of the generic competitive strategies of the firms can enable the organization to market unique products or services. Unique products and services give competitive advantage to organization over competitors. When the organizations are different from what is common in the market, they will gain competitive edge among others. In marketing, for example, we have what we call USP or unique selling proposition. It is the one thing that makes your business better than the competition. It's the specific benefits that makes your business stand out when compared to other business in your market. So let us put the Domino Pizza in the context. With its slogan, you get fresh, hot pizza delivered to your door in 30 minutes or less. It's free. Sadly, Domino's no longer offer this deal because it resulted in a number of car accidents caused by delivery drivers trying to beat their 30-minute limit. This slogan is an excellent example of why it's bad idea to overprice or under-deliver. Next, we have focus as generic competitive strategies of the firm. Companies that use focus strategies concentrate on particular niche market, and by understanding the dynamics of that market and the unique needs of customers within it, develop uniquely low cost or well-specified products for the market. It simply means that the organization cannot capture the wide competitive market, but they choose to limit their captured market to focus on. With this concept, gusto ng mga organization na gumagamit ng ganitong klase ng strategy na maibigay nila yung best service for the customers and make these customers loyal with them. Let us discuss now the two important aspects of the organization's success, the strategies and tactics. The strategy is the roadmap to attain the organization's desired position in the market. It provides focus on the decision-making process of the organization, and tactics refers to the methods and action that the organization needs to undergo to fulfill the strategy of the firm. Please take note that tactics are more detailed than strategies. So let us take a look of the different examples of strategies and tactics. On the given example, we will see the strategic activities and tactical planning of the Coca-Cola Company. Its strategies are broader than its tactical plans. We will see further na ang tactical planning ay related to strategies. This is for the company to achieve these strategies. So example, the company's strategies is to focus on the driving revenue and profit growth. So it means that the company wants to maximize their profits. So in order for them to execute these strategies, they will sizing the market. Ganito ang gustong mangyari ng company. If you will notice, the sales of Coca-Cola Company from the pie graph A ay may mababang percentage compare sa pie graph B. This is because in pie graph A, may market proportion pa ang ibang competitors. While in pie graph B, kung mapapansin natin, wala na ang competitors ng Coca-Cola maliban sa Pepsi. So kung napansin mo ang table of strategies and tactics ng Coca-Cola Company na pinakita ko kanina, one of the tactics as well as ng company ay i-steal ang market share ng ibang competitors. In that way, kapag in-implement ito ng company, there is a high potential na ma-achieve nila ang maximized profit kasi mas tumataas ang kanilang market share. It means mas dumadami ang kanilang mga consumers. That is how the tactics and strategy are working together. Anyway, I would like to highlight as well that strategies and tactics are not the same. Focusing again the strategies, there are two types of strategies, the organization strategy and the functional strategy. When we say organization strategy, it refers to the overall and general strategy of the organization. It is the expression of how the organization needs to evolve over time to meet its objective along with the detailed assessment of what needs to be done. The three common competitive strategies of the firm are the examples of organization strategy. Moreover, organization strategy is composed as well by two categories, the growth strategy and the rationalization. Kapag sinabi natin growth strategies, these are inevitably costly. It requires the organization to become financially ready dahil talagang gagastusan ng company ito kapag nag-implement ang mga strategy na belong sa growth strategy. So some of the examples of growth strategies are increase the size of the geographical area you serve, katulad ng ipinakita kong example na ginagawa ni Coca-Cola Company para mas mapataas ang kanilang profit, as well as the increase the sales of existing product is also an example of growth strategy. Another category of the organization strategy is the rationalization. So in this situation, the business will think about discounting products, laying off staff, reducing their number of outlets. So minsan naiisip natin kabaligtaran ito ng growth strategy kasi nagbabawas sila ng ways to generate profit. But take note that it is not necessarily the opposite of the growth strategy. Another is the functional strategy. It is part of a corporate or organization strategy for various functional areas. This includes financial strategies, marketing strategies, sales strategies, human resource management strategies, production strategies, and other strategies within the business function. So example, the company's marketing strategies would look at price, distribution, product, packaging, and promotion. Here are the different strategies an organization can undertake. So we have low cost, scale-based strategies, specialization, newness, flexible operations, high quality, service, and sustainability. There are instances that the company could have one or more strategies. So always remember that the strategies of the organization could depend on their core competencies. So hindi sila magi-indicate ng isang strategy na hindi nila kayang gawin. That's why strategies should be attainable. So in order for the company to have these attainable strategies, they should know how to formulate the effective strategies. There are key steps in formulating strategy for a competitive environment. These are the company should link the strategy directly to the vision and mission statement of the organization. The company should assess the internal and external environment of the business. They need to identify the imperative winners and front runners of the business. In this, they need to identify the key players and assets of the business. So they should select one or the combinations of strategies na kinakailangan nilang i-focus. So having the unorganized strategies couldn't help the organization to achieve its mission and vision. One of the primary objectives of a manager is to ensure that organization resources are used productively. So productivity means a measurement of effective use of resources, usually expressed in a ratio of an output and input. When we say outputs, it refers to the finished products or the services. On the other hand, input refers to the labor, materials, energy, and other company resources. In terms of productivity, the organization has also strategy in the form of low cost. So the company wants to meet the higher productivity while minimizing the cost of the output. If the company achieves this, then the company is efficient. So to measure the productivity of the organization, always consider the following formula. To compute the productivity ratio, please take note of the simple formula. So we have productivity equals output over input. If the company want to measure the productivity growth, please consider the formula. Productivity growth refers to an increased value of outputs produced for a given level of input over a period of time. For instance, if the ABC Manufacturing wants to assess the number of produced items in 2 consecutive years, kinakailangan nilang makita ang productivity growth ng mga empleyado. So if the firm recognize that employee A produced 1,000 outputs noong 2010 but it produced 800 outputs noong 2011, so it means that the productivity of employee A is decreasing. Pero hindi ibig sabihin na hindi efficient ang empleyado. The manager should also look for the other areas, baka may ibang reason kung bakit bumaba ang productivity ng mga employee. So productivity growth gives an important factor in determining the standard of living of its people, also for the country's rate of inflation. Hence, productivity raises the value of economy while we are looking at the rate of inflation. So there are other ways to measure the productivity of the organization. These are the partial measure and the multi-factor measure. So under the partial measures, we have output over labor, output over machine, output over capital, and output over energy. Under naman ng multi-factor measures, we have output over labor and then plus machine, and then output over labor plus capital plus energy. Now let's practice. I want you to compute the following by substituting the given figures to the presented formula. For the item number 3, I want you to determine who among of the workers is productive based on the computed answer. So just comment your answer down on the comment section of this video. So if you have any questions about the presented topic, just notify me. That's the end of the presentation. Thank you very much and God bless.